I ran across this guy talking about something going on TikTok where it says milkmaid dress in the club. For starters, the club is a place of degeneracy and just ill will and lack of discipline. But that's not why I'm going over this in this video. So I just want to hear what this guy has to say, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about it.
There's this TikToker complaining about black girls wearing milkmaid dresses to the club, right? She's basically upset, saying that why are the girlies being modest? It's about self-respect. Who cares about what everyone else thinks, right? One thing I've noticed about like women and when it comes to y'all and fashion and things like that is that nakedness levels the playing field for y'all. Now, this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion and my analysis, right? The girls that are fine, they can wear anything and they will always be fine. The girls that are not that fine, they need to be naked to level the playing field with the girls that are fine, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay, so that's what he just said. And this comment says milkmaid dresses don't belong in the club, period. Doesn't matter who is wearing it. Okay. And this is what I talked about in another video, okay? But women in general, the modern woman, the feministic women, right? That follows that feministic system that the father of propaganda initiated because Satan does not want the family structure together, okay? They're all about liberation as long as it's in the way that they want to do it. A woman who is modest to a feministic woman, a feminist woman who is all about, they're women who are, you know, pro-choice. Okay, they're women that feel like if you come at them a certain type of way, then it's slut shaming. They feel like these things are a way to police what they're wearing, stuff like that. And the reason that is because the demons that they've let into their lives are on Satan's time, okay? They are Satan's pawns, tools to use at their leisure, okay? Because they are all playing for the same team, okay? The losing team. So with that being said, you should see this is a clear indication that there's some type of agenda going on, because if it's it's great to wear whatever you want. If you want to show up in modest wear, what's the issue? Okay? What is the issue? If you want to wear no makeup, what's the issue? If you want to show up with your natural hair, what's the issue? Okay? And that's why it all falls back. As far as what he's saying about, you know, leveling the playing field and nakedness is a way. Yeah, a lot of these women don't have confidence unless a man is looking at them. For example, there might be a woman who has a great body but feels that she doesn't have enough in the face department. I'm just being honest, okay? Not everybody is going to be the most beautiful. And to be fair, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. There could be somebody who finds you more attractive than the other girl that whom you looking at and being jealous of. They might like certain features more than they like other features, that, or whatever the case is. Or she may be known to be more beautiful. Yes, but maybe there is always that part of the population that don't always go what is seen as the mainstream beautiful, or what's seen as that person is more beautiful, whatever case. If you understand what I'm trying to say, okay? Everybody can have some different. The issue is women want, it's a competition for women. So even if, you know, you're the girl who has her asset, which is her beauty, where she is in fact prettier, she is in fact that's her asset, she's very pretty in the face, right? Has more attention, has a crowd of men around her, and then the girl that feels like she's not good enough, whatever case is, only has like a couple dudes around her, she's gonna ultimately feel jealous and scornful and feel some type of way. So a lot of women, to combat that, to stand out, will show their nakedness. Thank you, Holy Spirit. A perfect example of this is, I forgot her name. It's not Left Eye, is it? It's Go. I call her by her name known by men in this, and then I realized how like dirty it sounds, but her name is Corinne Steffens, which is really sad. Put things in perspective. Like
ladies value virtue. You don't want to be known as that, because I didn't even know her name, but I knew her by her nickname. That's sad.
There was a video, she was in a video with Biggie, right? I'm gonna try to look up the clip.
I tried, but then all this X-rated stuff came up, so nah.
And there was a bunch of, they used to call them video vixens back in the day. She was one of the first women, at least I heard, that openly be naked in the video. So there was a scene where there was a bunch of girls and she was just topless. They was all wearing stuff. The other girls probably was like, dang, I'm not about to do all that. Back when they had even a little bit more dignity, but she didn't have any dignity. She just wanted fame. Her thirst for fame, her thirst for notoriety, because of her unconfidence within herself, because of her lack of value within herself, led her to do anything for fame.
Ladies, don't end up like that woman. Fellas, please don't let your sons marry this type of woman. I'm not saying that anybody else better than anybody else. It's just a bad path to go down. And that's why God has put it on me to write this book about my experiences and the mistakes that I've made, the red flags that I didn't pay attention to, that he was trying to show me, and now I'm dealing with certain consequences. So if you do support this message and you want to show your support and get value, you can go ahead and click the link in the description. Back to the video.
And that's why she was just straight up topless in the video. And that, why did she do that? To stand out from the rest of the women. There is a reason why women dress down, women dress in clothing to highlight certain things. Okay. They want the looks, they want the attention, they act like they're upset, they act like they're this. Perfect example: TikTok pants in the gym. Y'all doing workouts. Y'all do not have to show your whole vagina outline and your whole butt crack, okay? We shouldn't be able to see where you put toilet paper to wipe your ass, okay? We shouldn't be able to see these things, okay? We shouldn't be able to see that. What is the real purpose of that? And they might make some stuff up like, oh, so you can breathe, but you could breathe just fine. If anything, you're suffocating her, okay? Thus increasing the chances of you having thrown off pH. So that's one of the reasons, one of the many reasons. I remember I haven't gone to a gym in a while, but I think it was my first time getting membership for that whole month. I went there the first day, the one day I saw the real pick me. Okay, it's ironic when women call modest women and women who choose not to wear TikTok pants and women who know their value without having to wear a Cambodian woman's wig on their head, and women confidently walk around without bat wing extendo lashes on, and women who can confidently walk in their purpose in life without focusing directly on vanity. It's interesting that they call those women pick-me's when y'all do everything in the book to get a man's attention. Everything. And it be costing y'all a lot of money too. I be seeing y'all beauty routines talking about some $2,000 a month. That must be hard on you. Okay. Not only are you aging yourself faster, but you're also having to financially strain yourself to upkeep with your beauty routine, right? So I go to the gym and immediately I run into the real pick me, okay? Got the waist trainer on, all the goodies out, okay? Flirting with a dude, not working out, okay? Because that's what you there for. Y'all swear up and down, oh, modest women pick me's, but then y'all be the main ones flirting and bouncing. You know that bounce, okay? Y'all be the main ones doing that. It's so funny, okay? When they say people call people things that they are, it's absolutely wild, because it's true. People will, whenever they come at you, they're talking about themselves. Because I assure you, I go outside, I'm not worried about the things that you think that I'm worried about. That these people, because I've been called pick me, and I just started this thing of quite a few times, okay? And it's just wild how much unconfidence and self-hate women have for themselves, that they can't stand it when somebody is happy without doing the most. Because from the injections to the lace wigs, all the sorcery that these women be doing with the lace wigs, yo. I mean, the glue, the caps, the makeup, the blending. Oh, we have to hide the fact that that's not your hair. You have to try to blend it into your hairline. You have to, what did they call it? Melt it into your hairline because you trying so hard and so desperately for people to not know that it's a wig or at least think it's a sew-in. Why do you think that you have to hide? If you're so proud of wearing Cambodian Miss Cambodia on your hair, on your head, let the world know. Wear that, let that joint shine. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, there's a reason why. It is shameful. It is not something to be pouncing around. Okay, just like if you have an EBT card. I remember I had years ago. I had my EBT card out. I was whipping it out at the whatchamacallit, and then somebody near that was with me was like, "That's not something you want to be flashing around." There are certain things that you don't want people to know, right? So is it not shameful to have somebody else's hair on top of your head? Is it not embarrassing if your wig fall off? That's why you glue it onto your scalp with the toxins that's in glue. And not to mention, it's also witchcraft, but that's a whole nother topic, okay? But I say all this to say there are a lot of things that, if I had avoided in the past, that
So upon further inspection, the milkmaid dress, not even like the stuff they talking about isn't even modest for real. Like that really shows the level of wickedness that these women are on. Like it's like a seductive milkmaid dress, because I'm over here thinking about something completely different. Like that just lets you know what type of time these women on. They want you to be naked. I mean, they want some areola out, they want some camel toe out. Like, wow.
I thought the whole point of feminism was so that women could choose to do what they wanted to do. See that's crazy. This is what I'm talking about. Yo, what sloppy toppy? Come on. What's up with that name? That's how you know. That's how you know. But hopefully you can figure it out that it's a plot from hell. Like it is literally because it was never about liberation. It was about creating more single moms, okay? Using a critique of the trend towards conservative and puritanical fashion to put women down or pit them against one another is nasty work. Man, shut up. Just because you used a big word, sweetie, don't mean you right. What are you even talking about? Using women to pit against each other? Women already are pit against each other. This is already a competition because at the end of the day, if you could openly go walk around in public half naked, meanwhile, not to say that I have a man, but meanwhile, my man, my husband, enticing men to look, those men can be married. Those men can have different things. You are already creating a rift between other women. So you just sit there and
And just a thought, the prefix of that word is pure. So what's wrong with being pure? Like, do you want to drink dirty water? Just saying.
y'all just the brain cell, the makeup, the chemicals they put in the makeup, yo, it really is lowering y'all IQ because women are already against each other. The competition is thick. I agree with dude. Why are y'all so pressed about milkmaid dress? What does it matter? There's an agenda. I don't think it has anything to do with nakedness. This is about club attire. What rules are really in the club and club vibes changing? Some things are meant for day wear and some things are night wear. You can be covered up and wear. Is there like more? Like, is it, I don't, okay. Is there more to the comment? No, that's not what it's about. It's an agenda. Okay. At the end of the day, if you guys are so liberated and you could do what you want, then you could do what you want. Y'all like to make statements and show up to red carpets naked. Why can't somebody show up to a club with a milkmaid dress? That's not necessarily what she says. She was saying not to wear things just because it's what others want to see. Wear it because it's actually what you want to wear. Maybe she wanted to wear that. I don't know where this is all stemming from directly. I'm just going off a responsive video. I'm not even going to look deeper into what it is. This just a concept at the end of the day. And she wore that dress. And let's say that she did want to wear that dress. Do we have that information that she didn't want to wear that dress? No. This is because women don't like modesty. Just like how women who don't do their edges and lay their edges and their baby edges so that there is touching their eyebrows, they get criticized. Like, my mom wouldn't always say that a girl that is beautiful doesn't have to reveal herself. Exactly, you don't. I'm confused on how the milkmaid dresses are modest. It is because they are long, they are super cute and look good on mostly anyone. What do you
And as I stated earlier, I actually looked at it, and yeah, they're not that modest of dresses. So now I understand what this comment was saying.
If a dress is long, okay, I'm not saying that you can't be covered up and wear something that's a little too revealing. Girls that be wearing those see-through things, girls that be wearing those super tight fabrics where you can see the camel toe. That's another way of not being modest, even though you're technically covered up. But if this is the milkmaid dress that I'm thinking of, if it's a long flowy dress, that's modest. You're not showing all of your goodies, okay? It's covering stuff up. No, for real. And depending on how the cleavage is going and stuff like that. But now, no, for real, I was confused on why this is an issue. Satan. I'm trying to tell you, these kids, these feminists are Satan's seed. Okay, those are Satan's daughters walking around. First of all, women going to the club aren't exactly looking for a husband. If they are in the wrong place. Same goes for men. If you find her in the club, she's not wifey material. I mean, at the end of the day, listen, yes, Christ is king. Yes, of course. And like I said in the beginning of the video, okay, a club is not a place conducive to standards, but still, it's about the whole concept of the situation. Men and women weren't fighting this much before social media. Interesting that you said that, because that's exactly what I talk about on this channel. There is an agenda, y'all. Thank God I kept reading the comments. There is an agenda against Adam and Eve, to separate Adam and Eve. That's why they have all this AI. That's why they have all these things that they're promoting. Do AI, ask ChatGPT this and that. I would not do any of that stuff, even though AI came out before they started getting a blowhorn or whatever it's called and started advertising AI. If you have GPS in your car, if you have a phone, all this stuff, there's always been AI embedded into this situation. The fallen angels, the spirits that they have going on, whatever the case is, right? They are just letting you be more aware to it now. But I say all of that to say is because they're trying to separate Adam and Eve. That's why you have men that are sick and tired of getting married, that are sick and tired and don't want to get married, that are sick and tired and are reaching for mammon, okay, and are reaching for these things, these materialistic things to bring them happiness, and are reaching for OF instead of reaching for a wife, okay? And then you have these women who are choosing to be childless, you know what I'm saying, but are still doing the act, if you catch my drift, and are still doing those things, and then are inviting these spirits and are becoming bitter. And when they find out that they're outdated or what, and I don't mean that in a way of terms of that you aren't good enough once you hit a certain age or whatever the case is. But yes, there is a time when you're in your prime. There's a time where that's a great time for you to, if you want to be married, that's a great time to be married. Okay, when you have your beauty to you, but not the only that, but because of the sin that's going rapid, wearing makeup, pounds of makeup ages you quicker. So these women be hitting walls because you decided to wear makeup every single day in your 20s. So now you're looking older than what you could have looked if you chilled on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't look good, but looking good doesn't equate to wearing makeup. You could look good without makeup. You could look good, get some olive oil. I'm even, because God is bringing it to my attention to work on my overall health. that's the things that I've been looking into that I already have known. Olive oil on your skin. Make sure you moisturize your skin. Make sure you're not smoking. A lot of y'all women are smoking bud. Men, it's a sin to smoke in general, but your men are smoking bud and stuff like that. The difference is a man isn't really wearing well nowadays, but most men I would think are not wearing pounds of makeup every single day. Women do. So it's like, why do you think that you're getting to these things? But I say all that to say is that if I scroll through social media, you'll see the male guru podcasters going hard and going in on women. And then you'll have the women saying they don't need a man and this, that, and the third, but use a man though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's creating a rift between Adam and Eve, honestly. But say all that to say is, yes, there definitely is a rift. There's an agenda going on. If you enjoy content like this, if you support this message, please give it a like, share, comment. I'd love to hear what you think about the topic, and subscribe. If you are expecting husband and your wife is expecting, or your wife, you're about to, pop soon. If, you happen to walk into single motherhood for whatever reason, this book is over a few hundred pages and counting of valuable information. If I had known, okay, that this government, that these pharmacia companies set into place to try to intoxicate your children, to steer you in the wrong direction, because Satan targets Eve. Yes, he targets Adam and Eve, but he knows who the weaker vessel is. So if you want to show your support and gain access to a tremendous amount of value and learn from somebody who already went through it, you can go ahead and hit the link in the description. But with all that being said, I do appreciate you. If you made it this far, you a real one. God has a purpose for you. And I hope that you are walking in it. I hope that you are seeking him, and I hope that you are picking up your Bible, King James Version, and reading even a few pages a day. Be blessed.